They're live. They're live, y'all. Woohoo! All right. Get my remote. Get it. Oh, wrong way. Get it working right. I think that's pretty good. Go up just a little bit so I can show you what all we're going to use tonight. Come on in, say hey, hey. Tonight we're going to be doing a tobacco basket. I think it'll turn out pretty cool. So we'll see. My whole idea on this has just changed, so we'll see how that works. Because I got my box from Dawn today. Hey Kathy, what's going on, girl? Hey. Hey Dawn. Hey Deb. I've got a bunch of stuff out here I'm going to use tonight for this. This is our tobacco basket. I did get this one at the Hobby Lobby, so you can find this at the Hobby Lobby. Hey Trace, how are you, girl? But I got it. It's like $17, so you wait till they're. I think those are 50%. I think those gave 50% off, so it's only like $8. I was gonna whitewash it a little bit with some white paint, and I decided not to because I don't know what I'm doing with this tonight. You know what I'm saying? Hey Carolyn, how's that knee? Hope it's doing better. I know it takes a hot second. But we're gonna start out using, we're definitely gonna use some ficus, okay? Because what we're gonna try to do is make a design where we're gonna have it coming out. Holy crap, I can't even hold it and do this at the same time. Kind of have it coming, working its way out. It's not gonna be that big, I hope. But kind of working its way out at an angle from, oh good, good. From the top corner down to the left corner. Okay, so we got that involved. We got some of this. We're not gonna leave it this big. Holy, we're not leaving it that big, y'all. Sorry, I'm I had to go run to potty before I came on. It always happens. I get nervous. This is the cherry blossom. So we'll probably cut a few pieces off of this and stick it in there. I think. Add some white to that. I did get this picked out. To add some color and whatnot. This is really, hey Tina, this is a really pretty one. It just looks kind of like wildflowers, and it's a really cool bush. It's got a lot of colors, pinks, purples, it's got fern, eucalyptus. It's got all this funness in here, so we might add some of that. Hey Arlene, how are you? Long time no see. So we might be using some of this once we see where this design is going to go. So I've already changed my mind on it twice, maybe 3 times. I don't know. I'm going to set this one over here. I'm going to try not to use both of those because I'd like to save one. And we're probably going to use some of this delphinium right here to add some hi Lizzie. Add a little something something in there. You know, I like to add a little something something, right? And here was my first thought. My first thought, I was going to do like a bee thing. And I still might incorporate some of this in here to make it fun. Okay? Because there's no rule that says a bee wreath or bee anything has to be just black and yellow. Okay? Because, you know, bees just don't go to, you know, they like color. So it don't matter. So I'm going to maybe add some of those in there. And then this is one of my all-time favorite picks from The Sims. Had Dawn just pick me up this last week. She picked me up 2. So, and this is a big bush. And it's just so pretty. It's absolutely gorgeous. And it's got a lot of these fun berries in it. And it's just got a lot of funness in there. See, it's got those berries. It's got little roses. It's got some ranunculus. And some hibiscus, I guess is what those are called. So this has got a lot of funness. We're not going to probably use this whole bush, but we might add some of that in there as well. My first thought, I was going to use this purple, and it's kind of got purple daisies and purple and the sunflowers and stuff, but I kind of changed my mind since I got that bush from The Sims. So let's get going here. Anybody got any questions before I get going? See, if I'm new here, I am going to talk about the retreat a little bit tonight. Again, we're still looking for vendors. And people, you know, we still got some tickets available. We'd love to have you come. We are going to have 6 projects. So I'm just going to talk about it a little bit tonight. Just keep it refreshed in everybody's head. And in case anybody's new is on here as well. But it's going to be, it's craftinginthecarolinas.com is where you can get the information. Don will probably, what the heck are they then? On it. Let's go. Hold on, let me look at the tag. Well, that's what they kept calling them at the retreat, or at the Floral show, I thought. It says Delphinium on the tag. They are. It says Delphinium right on the tag. That's what I thought. That's what Jim kept calling them. That's the only flower, about the only flower beside a rose I know. So anyway, check out Crafting in the Carolinas. Don, oh, the pink. No, I wasn't talking about the pink. I was talking about the green one. But it's Crafting in the Carolinas. Don's going to put some information in here, just in case somebody's new and everything. And then we're going to start attaching this while I talk about that real quick. I just cut down a, I was telling you about the Delphinium. Sorry, I should have sent you a picture. This is about 5 by 4 approximately, because what we're going to want to do is attach it kind of in the center well, I'm looking at my camera, so I'm going the wrong way. Kind of at an angle. That's going to build our line going up and down. Okay, so first off, I'm going to glue it, and then we're going to kind of zip tie it in here. It should stick pretty well. I'm going to put the glue on the actual wood first. Okay. Just enough to hold it. I think it'll hold fairly nicely. Okay. And then we're just going to stick that off in here. Just press it down and hold it. I'll just put it right, kind of smack dab down in the center and everything. Oh, even from the conversation, I was talking about both of these. All right, I think that's pretty good. I think I am just going to add a little dab down under this corner. I want it to stick really nicely. Okay. Might add a little bit down in here and down in here. Okay. I do want it to stick fairly nicely, so we'll just hold that. But yeah, our retreat's going to be in Raleigh, North Carolina, on September 26th through the 28th, I think. We'll have a meet and greet on that Thursday, and then the retreat will be Friday and Saturday. Lunch and dinner are included. It's a box lunch that we'll have, we'll have to order for everyone, kind of on a, that kind of basis. And also, I think when's the payment? The payment's gone down to 2 now, Dawn, or is it still at 3? Oh, you still got time to book your flight, Kathy. But Kathy's coming. I know Brenda from in here's coming. We've got several people from in here coming. It's going to be a real fun time. We're going to have 6 projects. We're going to have possibly some angel wings. I think the angel wings we're going to have, and it's going to be a wall design. Floral. We're also going to have a evergreen. We're going to have an evergreen swag, and we're going to have, let's see, angel wings, evergreen swag. We're going to have a truck. What am I missing, Dawn? She probably text me, tell me what I'm missing. Shoot, what am I missing? I'm trying to walk and talk at the same time here again, guys. Shoot, I know I'm missing something. Anyway, I'm just going around here with a zip tie. Okay. And I think this is going to help hold this on here. Okay. So anyway, we got the angel wings, the evergreen swag, the grapevine, the truck. Yeah, that's going to be a surprise to me too. No, I know. I just keep losing count of what they're doing. But anyway, they're going to be very cool projects. Let me go show you. Well, I'll show you after a bit if I remember. Let me show you the angel wings that we're going to be doing. I'm not going to show you what it's going to be designed like. I have to dump all the stuff off here. Well, I can't really show it to you because it is kind of made. I gotta cut this off before I show it to you. I've been playing around with it, trying to come up with a perfect design. So as soon as I get this, let me get this cut off here. Where's my dang snips? I don't know where my snips went. Let me cut this off here and then I'll, well, I don't know if I'll be able to cut it off. Well, I can't show you the angel wings because I glued in what I was practicing with like an idiot. Such a moron. Oh, but there's my snips. Excuse me. But yeah, I'd show it to you, but I already got it. I kind of played around with it. So I don't want to show you kind of what my idea is. I don't want to spoil it. Okay, so we've got that. So see how that, we just went around this back side right here. And we just glued and zip tied this on right here. What are you laughing at? Yeah, we're going to get, you're going to get 6 make and takes. I probably just didn't name them all right. But they're going to be really cool projects. Some simpler than others, which is okay. So we'll have something for everybody. So please check us out. We plan on having lots of fun. And the kicker is you get to dress like a pirate. Because we'll have a theme night on our meet and greet where you get to be a pirate. You don't have to, but it's a lot of fun. I'm just saying. So what I'm going to do, what you want to do here, guys, is we're going to want to take this and break it up in 3 pieces. And you're going to have a long one. And you're basically going to have, I like to call them a left and a right, to where this bottom one's going to go off to one side and the other one's going to go off to the other. So I keep those together. That way, depending on which side I put it on, those are they're going to fill it out better that way. Okay, so we're just cutting 3 of ficus down. Okay. We got those. And then we're going to start with the ficus. Okay, I know I've got a lot out here, guys, but I probably will not use all of this stuff. I may, you know me, I change my mind as I go along. So I'm just going to bend this a little bit so it kind of pops up, down. Should have steamed that. I'm going to have to go back and steam this after we get off here. But what I'm going to want to do, let me zoom down here. Sorry, y'all. There we go. So what I'm going to want to do, is that better view? Is I'm going to want to come in through here. Okay, because we're going to want to come up. So I'm going to dip. We're going to dip that. Okay. We're just going to go right down into our, I think that's, try not to get it in my glue pot. that's about, I don't like the way I bent that. So see, we're going to start here, then we're going to go down. Okay, so now we're going to take our other one, and the other long one we may just cut down and add around the sides. Okay, so I'm just going towards the top, just angling that down. Okay, now we've got, sorry, I forgot to zoom down in there. See how we've got that coming out each side? Okay, I'm going to save that one. And now we're going to go in with some of our, so where I've got one coming off this side over here, I'm going to want to take one of the ones that has it coming off the opposite side over here. See how that's going to fill that out the opposite side. Oh yes, it's a free shuttle. Thank you, Dawn. There's a free shuttle to the hotel and back, and within, I think, a certain mileage, I can't remember what that is, that they will, you know, take you around and whatnot. So that's awesome. And that's good. They have a restaurant and a bar and a really nice area to gather outside and whatnot. We have a fabulous room down there. Oops, I want this one. Nope. What am I doing here? Well, at some point we're going to get a little bit wonky here. That's okay. This one we're just going to come down in here. But it's a beautiful hotel. It really is. Beautiful hotel. Okay, so let's go back up here to the top. In the room that we're in, the retreat room, yeah, indoor pool. The retreat room is beautiful. It's gonna be nice and set up like a U, so we can walk around and help everyone. So that'll be fantastic. It's gonna be a good time, y'all. And you get a lot of projects, like I said. And you're close to Sims, so that's a plus. It's not too far away. If you want to plan a trip to Sims, get a carpool together and whatnot, come in early. That's another plus. Okay, so here's how we've got this going. I think I'm gonna save this piece for now, and these other two, I think I'm going to. Excuse me. I don't really want to add it on the sides because I want the basket to show. So I think what I'm going to do is add it in the back just to give it a little bit more extra filler. Should I add it in the front top? I think we're going to add it underneath in here. This will just give it a little extra filler in the back. Okay, so see how I kind of added that and just filled that in nicely. Let's set that one over there, and then I'll just take this one and I'm going to do the same thing. Whoops, right down in yonder, down in there. Okay, so now we've got that all nice and filled in nicely. So now we've got our base. Okay, if you go miss and check the pool, why do you think I'm gonna jail you? Alright, so now what I want to do, I know we're probably going to need something off to the side, but we're going to put a bow in here. So if I have to add moss later, I will. I like to add it after the fact, just because. Just because. That's what I'm saying. Just because. At the retreat. You knucklehead. Alright, this item is item number, I didn't give you the item on the number on the file because I don't have that. This is a Sims project or product. You get 9 stems on this bush. It's CS21623. And they had it in several different colors, and I just love this one. It gives everything a lot of height, and you can use it for so many things. So I'm going to cut. I'm going to try to do 3 in the top and 3 in the bottom. I think I got a bunch of these. So I'm just going to cut these off. I got one here that's missing the top. The top went MIA. So I'm not going to use that one. I'm probably going to leave the leaves on these. We'll see. Because the leaves on these aren't. See, that one's got the top just kind of missing a little beady looking things. Let's throw that over there. So let's get these over here and get these in. Okay. This is going to add another little, help our line. Hey, Shantae, how are you, girl? It's going to help with that. Why is that? Must have pulled one off of one of these. But yeah, we hope you come. Check it out. Like I said, Crafting in the Carolinas. Don will post the link off and on just in case you guys are still on the fence. We understand that. That's okay. But tickets are kind of going. So we love to have yous. For sure. Okay. Woo! Let's go. Okay. I'm just going to cut that down a little bit. I always cut them long so I can cut them down. Okay, guys? I can't add that stuff back. So if I cut them long, then I'm good to go. Okay? That one's a little wonky there, so I need to go a little bit further in on that one. Maybe. Come on. There we go. So see how that's helping our line grow here? Okay. Pull that one up. I think I'll leave that one on as well. Let's cut a little bit off of that one. Yes, please come. We have so much fun, guys. And we got so much. We're going to have games and prizes. We're still trying to get some vendors and whatnot. So we should have some vendors. And we just have a lot of fun. Mr. Bob's going to build us a plank for photo ops and whatnot. And we're just going to have tons of fun. Like I said, you don't have to dress up. That is not a requirement. That's just personal. That's just personal fun, guys. If you want to have some personal fun. I didn't put that in the right spot. I want to go in just a little bit more, though. That's just for personal fun. And it just makes everything funner, I think. And I mean, Don sure have fun with it. They probably have a little too much fun with it. We're not going to say so. That's all right. But anyway, anybody got any questions so far on this? So far, we've used 3 of the ficus, the variegated ficus, and we have used, whoops, I just pulled that right off there. Dang it. I was trying to pull it back out a little bit. Dang on it. It's this one. This one's got to go in. Oh, man, I lost my stick. Where'd my stick go? Oh, there it is. Sorry about that. Alright, I already lost my train of thought. Pull that up. My hands are super weak, guys, so I have to really push. I'm still not liking where that one's at. Might be that one because of that curly hue. I'm probably overthinking that right now. So I'm going to stop. Glue that one back on. Okay. Alright, now we're going to go back over here. Okay. Again, what I'm doing is just matching side for side. Basically, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, this is just giving us a little bit of a line here. Yeah, we always have more fun than we're supposed to be allowed. We're like two little teenage girls going off on a college trip or spring break or something. I don't know. We're just silly that way. All right, so see, this is where we're at. See how we're building our line up and down? You know what I'm saying? Okay. All right, so anywho, let's get going here. I'll leave that. I am planning on probably, I didn't show you my ribbons, probably just doing the basic ribbon. I had this bee one out, but I'm still on the fence about the bees. So we'll just hold off on that. So let's start going back in here with some of these florals, because as soon as we get some of these on, we're going to have to add our bow in here. So let's get going on some of these florals. Because this is where it's really going to start to pop. This is really where it's going to start to pop with a lot of color and whatnot. So I want to use the roses off this. I did steam these kind of pretty good before, just real quick before. We are going to use these berries. Okay, that comes in this pick. I don't know what else we'll use off this. I'm just going to cut. I want to use, what do I want to use? I am cutting these kind of long. What do I got? I got 3. I'm going to try to use 3 on the top and 3 on the bottom. So we're just going to start with the roses. I am going to cut these berries off because those are going to add a whole nother element in here. Like I said, I'm cutting these long. And the number on this one, sorry guys, I didn't give you that. The number, where'd my other berry go? Here it is. The number on that, let go. The number on this pick, I love this, guys. This is one of my favorite picks of all time. Is CS12950. This is a Sims. Again, this is a Sims. I just love this one. How many have I got? Need one more. So it comes with six roses on it, and plus all the other stuff. See, you're still, I forgot that berry. You're still left with all this stuff on here as well. You could save for another project. You could add it to this, but you're still left with all of this funness. Okay, so that's a good thing. So we got all our berries over in here. I think we'll save those for last. But I want to get these flowers in here because this is where it's really going to start to pop. Okay. So let's see how long we're going to need this before we cut it off. So I think we're going to have one kind of down in here. Okay, because we're going to have some tails and whatnot. So let's start out just a little bit off. We'll start here in the center. Okay. We're just going to kind of go in there. Okay, see how that is? And then we're going to come out to the sides, and I think I'm going to come a little bit longer. Actually, you know what, guys? I just changed my mind. I want this one to be the long one. I want this one to be the long one. Okay, so I'm going to come in this side. Okay, just like such. We are going to add some other filler in here. So see how that's kind of coming that way. Okay, and then we're going to come right in here. That one out a little bit. Put that one in a little bit. Okay, so see how that's really starting to pop now with that color? And we'll probably turn that up. And I think I'm going to push these leaves down. This is gonna help. It's gonna kind of help hide our base or our foam. Okay, so I'm pushing those down. Pushing those down towards the bottom, towards the foam. Okay. Whoops. I'll cut that off a little bit more. A little bit more. And I want to get that one in about the same as that other one. So see how that's filling in really nicely and looking really good here on the bottom. I'm just going to bend that one up a little bit. Okay. Oh no, we may have to cut that one down and put it. Let's see, by the time I get my bow in there, you know what, guys? I'm going to cut these down a little bit more. Okay. I'm thinking that's going to be too long. And I don't want them to be, I don't want it to be too long. Okay. So we're going to cut those down. Okay. Because it's kind of getting, yeah, I don't want it to hide my delphinium, for one. And I don't want them kind of flopping too much. That makes sense. Okay. So now that's, get that in there. There we go. Yeah, we'll cut this one down just a hair. If I can get it out. Sorry about that. I just got, once I looked in the camera, I didn't like it, so I didn't like it. Oh, thanks, Carolyn. That's awesome. And thanks for putting that information in there, Dawn. So I don't want everybody in the design, you know, I don't want everybody here thinking that's all I'm talking about tonight, but I appreciate it. We just really like for you guys to come. Yeah, that would be super sweet, Carolyn. I do appreciate that. Yeah, we are taking the donations for swag bags and stuff as well. And we will promote you. Put your cards and stuff in there to help us promote you and whatnot. All right, there you go. See, that's better. That's better. Now I know what to do on top. We can hurry up and get that done. Oh, there are 7 of these on there, guys. I miscounted. There's 7 of those roses on that bush. That's awesome. That is awesome. Okay, get these in here. I'll have to go back to steam these when I steamed them a little bit, but I didn't have time to steam them super well. Oh, touching this glue. Every time I go to stick one of these in here, I put my finger right in the glue. Come on, ding dong. Ding dong. There we go. Alright, last one. Then we can get to that fun filler. Put a bow in here. And we'll probably do the bow right next. Because that's going to kind of tell me how much filler I'm going to need. Oh, thanks, Carolyn. Do the same for you. All you ever have to do is ask. Okay. All right, guys. So see, we've got, zoom up just a hair bit. See how we've got this all coming think we're going to make this one our top, since this one's a little bit more kind of like in that bottom, the way it's a little bit fuller here. So I think we'll make this our top going this way. So there's that. Let me zoom back down just a little bit. Am I zooming up? Oh, I got it upside. No, I don't. Tell you what, this thing's wonky. Everything goes up, down. It's opposite of what it's supposed to do. So let's make a bow. Let's get that out of the way real quick. And, well, first, like I said, oh, there, I got to find where that one goes. I said I wanted to add, you know, I wanted to see if I wanted to add these bees and stuff. What do you guys think? What's your thoughts on the bees mixed in here? Whoops. That keeps getting caught on everything. Daggone, so does that. The bees mixed in here with this. I don't know if you can see. I'm trying to hold it the right way. I don't know if these will be long enough is my worry. I think I'm going to try it, guys. I'm going to try it. So what we're going to do is we are going to use the bee ribbon. Okay. We are going to use the bee ribbon. This one's RGC 806630. That's that one. Okay, and it's just a simple, neutral bee ribbon. You know what I'm saying? Just a simple, neat. Just checking to see what my curl factor, my lock factor is going to be there in that one. So I think what I want to do is we're going to make several loops. I'm not sure about how long of a tail I want. So we're going to make it long, and we can always cut it off. Okay, but I do think I'm going to make about a 7-inch loop. Okay. Pinch that in there. I think that'll be long enough. Actually, you know what? Since this is a pattern, I am going to come over the top with that one. Okay? I'm going to take that and I'm going to come right over this top instead. I'll pinch that together. Make sure those are about the same size. Put that in here. That way I can make sure those are the same size. So now our bees are going the correct way. Twist that around there. I don't like the way that's flipping up there. Okay, then we'll just cut this off. Actually, you know what? I'm going around. I'm going to make a couple more loops with this one. I think I want a couple more loops. Let's make this fuller. Let's make this fuller. Okay. Be quite honest with you, I'm going to have to twist one of those because it is the pattern ribbon. So I got two coming out here. Let's stop at 2 on each side. I was going to go one more. I was going to go one more round, but I'm not sure here. I'm not sure I want to do that. Let's see what we got here. I think I'm going to leave it at that. I can always redo this sucker. Okay. Throw that in there. And then we're going to go back in with our cabana stripe down to one more row. And then I'm going to be upset when I'm out. Put that down there. Okay. We're just going to come in with this one. See how I like this, because it's just going to keep this part neutral. And just give it that kind of a farmhousey look, but not, you know. Just going to keep it neutral, super neutral for the bow, which I like. Or that's where my thought process was going. And this one, I'm going to go a few more loops than we did last time. Okay, and I'm just going a little bit smaller. Okay. I'm going to do about 6 on this one, I think. On this size. Let's see if I got anything else I can put in here, but I think I just want to keep it this way. Okay, so these are all about the same size. Now I'm going to go back in. You know what? Let's go back in. Let's go back in with this bee again. I was got an idea. Okay. So by locking this so far. Hey Michelle, how are you, girl? Okay, let's go back in with this bee one more time. Okay, we're going to go a little bit shorter. Make sure that's a little bit shorter. Okay. I will probably have to go back and twist some of these guys because they are going the same direction, but I'm not going to worry about right now. Because we want a little bit more height on this, since, you know, our florals are popping up a little bit here. Okay. So we want just a little bit more height for our bow to stand up out the center there. You don't want it to sink way down, is I guess what I'm saying. Okay, so now I think we're done with that one. And we'll go back in with this one. A little bit shorter on that. We can fix our tails. I'll have to adjust my tails when I get this on the wreath. I think this time we're only going to go in with one on each side. Okay, I think this is going to be plenty. Plenty. Okay. Perfect. I like that. See how the neutral just is going to make this tie all together, and just and then we could put that, since we have that extra rose, we could put something in the center of that. So that'll be cool. Okay, but it'll keep this I like keeping the bow monochromatic on this one because the basket is black, and also the flowers are going to make everything else pop. Okay, and I think it'll tie together really nicely. If I can get it out of here. Yeah, I can get it out of here. Okay, I'll pull that back, around the back here. Get that in the center. Go. This one in here, because this one we use to tie it to our zip tie on the foam. Okay, that's how you want to attach your bow to that foam. Make sure my things didn't get all out of whack. Pull that tight. And now we can just kind of fluff that out a little bit before we put that on there. Okay. And then this will tell us how much more filler and everything that we're going to need. Hey, Deb, how are you? Welcome. Hey, Cease. What's going on, girl? Love the pillow. It's really pretty on your porch. Looks festive. Alright, guys, so see how neutral and kind of monochromatic this is and how it'll pop. I made a bow this big and wow, guys. I'm making them smaller. Make sure that's tight. Okay. As tight as I can get it. Tight as I can get it. Getting hot. Should have put a t-shirt on or something. We've had some nice weather here this week, so we've been lucky. Okay. So like I said, that's going to be our bottom. It's going to be our, let's see. I want that to be, whoops, sorry. Our bottom. I can always cut it off and switch it out. Alright, so what I'm going to do here is see how I said you're just going to want to take your zip tie and wrap it around this zip tie on that foam. And in doing so, you're going to jack your bow up. But just pull your zip tie longer. Okay. And just get it in here. Loops through there, and then we're just going to just attach this real tight to our foam. Let's see what I was talking about, how we needed that height to fill in that hole. Hey, Terry, in there. Okay, that's what I was talking about. Okay, because we're kind of building it up and kind of like it's coming out of this basket. So we needed something to fill that hole, so to speak. Okay, and now we can bring these down here. And I'm going to leave them long for now. I am going to just trim the tails a little bit here. Get these turned around where I want them. Okay, these will probably just maybe curl, I don't know, but I end up trimming them down just a hair. Okay, just angle them. That one up there. Trim that one down a little bit more too. There. Trim this one down a little bit. Okay. Oops, a little bit more on that one. Left that one real long. I don't know why. All right, there we go. So here's kind of our bow. I am going to probably trim those down a little bit more. Okay. Because I don't think they necessarily have to be that long. Or we might flip them around in here. You might pull some up in here. Ooh, I like that. I think that's what I'm going to do. Let's do that. Okay, we can pull some of those kind of up over into the side here. And then trim them down a little bit more. That I might curl. We'll leave those for now. Until I figure out actually what we're going to do here. That one I am going to cut down. Which way to go? That way. Okay. So kind of like this. Okay. Kind of like that. And then we can always pull them back down around town if we want to. You know me, I can't decide on nothing. I'll jack it up 50 more times before I get get to where I'm going here. What I do, I lost one of my loops here. Where'd it go? Oh, shoot. Way down there. No wonder I was getting so confused. Okay, let's stop with that bow. And get going here on the rest of the florals, okay? Like I said, we want to add some of these berries and everything in here, okay? So I'm going to add some of these kind of sporadically throughout here because we still, I think, want to add some of the bee stuff. But I've only got, this only came with 4. So I think what we're going to have to do is go in between the two, let me cut that off before I did that. We're going to have to go in between the two delphinium. Okay? So we're going to have to do that. I'm going to pull that up a little bit. And we'll just pull these leaves up and kind of go right in between those two delphinium, just like that. Okay? So let's cut these down just a little bit. Pull that up. Get one on the other side here. Hardest part is getting your leaves out of the way. You don't glue them in. Get glue all over them, I should say. Alright, so we got those 2 down in there. Okay, so we got 2 more we can add to the top. Alright, get those up a little bit. That one down a little bit more. Anybody got any questions or anything? How's everybody liking this? Anybody gonna try a tobacco basket? They're really fun to make. They're really fun to make. I love making them. When I can find baskets, you know. Pull that one up just a little bit there. That's the last one of these, and then I think we'll start working on the bees going in here. I think we'll start working on the bees going in here. Alright, so see what we've got so far. We've used that off the floral bush. We used 3 ficus, and we used 6 of the delphinium. Okay. That's where we are on that. Now let's get going on. I just missed half of that on the floor. Let's get going on and see if we want some of this, some of these bees and stuff. I don't know if I probably won't use these beehives. I think that's going to be a little obnoxious. So I really wanted to add some of this white here. I'm so on the fence about this pick. I really am. Totally on the fence. My problem is I don't know if it's going to be long enough. And if I tear this all apart, let's just do it. Let's just trying to figure out where to tear, where I get the best bang for my buck here on this one. It's hard to tell. It's hard to tell because these two are kind of intertwined into one pick. So, guess what? We're going to do this. Okay, we're just going to tear it apart little by little and put a few things in there with the bee. We're going to make our own little pick here, okay? Just our own little pick. See, I'm taking this and that bee. Turn around the way I want you. And then I'm going to take a little bit of these pickberries that are on here. how many I got? Take that one. Okay, so I got this and that. I'm going to take all 3 of those little doohickeys, because I got what I do on the bottom, I'm going to have to do on the top, because I got 2 picks of this. So I got to make sure I kind of am able to match what I do on the bottom here. So let me just pick this together. I swear that thing hates me. So I just made, what I did was just kind of make my own little pick here. Okay. I just kind of took it apart so I could put the pieces in it that I wanted to. Hey, Chrissy, how are you? Welcome. Welcome, welcome. So I've got one of these. I got 2 smaller ones and 1 little bit larger one. So I'm going to take this smaller one. And I'm going to go up in here, like towards the top, and go in there. Okay. That way our bee will just kind of fly around in between our florals. So see how he's just kind of flying around in there? Alright, so let's cut the rest of this down. We're going to take our big bee. Like I said, I don't think I'm going to use this. Get that out of there. I don't think I'm going to use that big beehive. I don't think it's going to work with what I want to do with this design tonight. Okay, I'm hoping this is. But I'm definitely going to have to pick this. Just going to twist those together. Don't have a lot of that I can cut down. That was what I was worried about. I'm hoping I can get enough around here to hold this. And I did. So again, we just took some of the same pieces, and this is the bigger bee. So we're going to take him and stick him in the bottom center, like down in, kind of mixed in down in here. Okay, I think I'm going to put him, actually, you know what? Let's see. Let's go a little look-see up here. See if we could have put him in a little bit shorter. I want him here. No, I think I want him right underneath in the center. Actually, you know what? I think I do want it under the bow. Sorry, guys. This is how I roll. My designs change on a whim. Well, that one kind of petered out on me. My pliers going to squeeze that a little bit tighter. I just cut that thing off, and I think I loosened. Oh well, we'll glue it. We'll be good. We'll be good. I think I'm going to go up in the right kind of underneath the bow with this one. That's going to give us some coverage right in here, and it's also going to let that little bee play around right there underneath our bow. See how cute that looks? That's why I changed my mind. And see how this just really has no place, and it's just not going to be long enough, so we can save that for a whole another project. We definitely won't throw it away. Okay, so let's put this little guy over there, and I'm thinking after I put these bees in, guys, I'm thinking this bad boy's done. I thought about putting some of this white in here to kind of break it up, but quite honestly, I'm thinking about good. I'm thinking we're about good to go. I think it's got plenty. I'm going to pick this too. When it has this paper and stuff on here, sometimes I like to pick that, guys. Just a little added something that, I don't know, it makes me feel better. So again, we're going to take this one and go down in here, pull that up, make sure we get some foam, and add that one right in there as well. So that little bee guy can flourish and fly as well. So see how cute that is with those little bees. Thank you, Tina. Still got to figure out if I want to put a little something in that bow. Alright, so now that I know what I want to do, I can cut this one apart a little bit quicker. If you want the number on this, I forgot to give you that. This is a Carolina pottery one, I'm pretty sure. Got this a couple of years ago. Yeah. 6263273 before the bee pit. God, I'm getting an ear infection, you guys. I can't hardly touch my ear. I can feel it coming on. Whoops. I haven't had one of those since I was young. I used to get them all the time when I was little. I swam on swim team, so Lord. I think I lived with ear infections. Alright, so we got that. This one, I don't know what the heck happened to that, but whatever. Alright, so let's pick this, get that in there, and then I think we might be done. I might just add a couple little, I don't know. I think that bow needs some greenery of some sort. Trying to unwrap these little pick berries. There we go. So it looks fun. Get that funness going in there. Alright, so this one again, we're going to take the smaller one. Go right down in there. Make him fly, fly free. Fly free, little bee. And then we're going to try to get this. I'm trying to get this. Ah, there we go. We got him out of there. So now we can break this off in a couple pieces a little bit easier. Trying to separate it so that it's fair. So I'll take this one with that one. And that one with this one. And we're going to split. There we go. We're going to split. I'm going to pull that paper off. So I hate doing that because I hate that paper. I hate the paper. Alright, again, just pull that out a little bit. Get it all nice and spread out the way you want it. Turn things around if you need to. And we're going to cut a little bit of that off and pick that one. And again, if you just joined and you weren't here at the beginning, make sure to check out Crafting in the Carolinas, our retreat coming up in the fall. We would love to have you. You can go back through the replay. The information is there. But if you want more information, you can check out Crafting in the Carolinas. Actually, that one goes with that other one. Take that one off there. Okay. I'm jacking my bow up, pushing this stuff in here. Okay, that's good. Yeah, bow's getting all boogered up. I'm trying to get all this in here. Alright, last one, guys, and then I think I'm going to step back and do a look-see overnight. Whoops. See if I want to add any more. I don't think I will. You know, I don't think I will. If I add anything to this, it'll probably be little pops of white, but I don't think it's going to need it. Because I'm liking the color, and I'm liking the mix of the colors, and I'm going to, you know, think about these tails, play with this bow, and see if I want them to drape down, or, you know, kind of spider out. I'll just play around with it and see what I like better before I cut them. I don't want to cut them now because I can't add the tails back, so that would be silly. And that's what I always try to teach you guys, is to take a step back. If you're not sure, take a step back, do a look-see, and come back to it, you know, next morning and say, do I still like it? Was there anything I thought I might want to change? Whatnot. There's nothing wrong with that. Because a lot of times, 9 times out of 10, you come up with another idea, a little something to add. You might want to trim tails down a little bit more. You might want, Lord knows what you might want to do. Okay. So again, don't pay attention to these tails because I don't know if I'm going to want to drape them downwards or spider them out. Okay. I don't know for sure yet. So basically, here's where we are. Like I said, if I were to add anything, I may add some of those, or I would possibly add a little bit more. I could always add a few more of these in here, like some of the roses, but I don't know about that. So this is where I'm going to take a step back and do, let's see. Okay, guys. But this is kind of our basket. Pretty thick. Pretty thick and whatnot, but I think it turned out pretty cool. Put the camera back up here so I can hold it. I think it turned out pretty cool. I really like it. Just gotta make some stuff. Yeah, I think I really like it. Turned out pretty cool. All right. So good, guys. That's it. That's a tobacco basket. So we've done that. I thought about using this, but this is the one I really didn't want to waste. I may, you know, consider putting that, a little bit of that in there. I don't know. But I just kind of like, and I may go back in and add a little bit of yellow. I don't know. Okay, guys. So basically, this is our tobacco baskets. Okay. Whoops, it's not quite the hook to hang that on. But anyway, guys, if you have any questions, throw them in there. If you watch the replay, throw the questions in there. I'll try to go back there and answer them. Oh, thank you, Tracy. Thank you, everybody. Linda. Hey, Linda. Thanks, Deb. Lizzie. Terry. Everybody. I appreciate that. Now I lost all your comments. So I won't see anymore. I just scrolled up and went out of my live, so I lost all my comments. But anyway, guys, if you have any questions, please check, you know, put them in the comments on the replay or whatnot, and I'll go back and answer them. And I'm going to go sit down finally. So I will see you next week. I might go live Friday. I've got a really cool centerpiece I'm going to do, but that'll be on my business page. So check me out there. And follow me if you haven't. Follow me there over AC Inspired Wreath. Okay, guys. And as always, laugh and live with a half full cup. When it's all about clouds, find the sun. Above all, be kind and spread it like butter, guys. Bye. See you next week.